I'm a makeup amateur and a YouTube amateur, and welcome to my channel. Today, I filmed this video at the exact same time as my last Boxycharm box, which is why I'm wearing the same clothes and makeup and everything else. Today I'm talking about the Boxycharm box I've been most excited for in a very long time, which is not really a great endorsement about how exciting Boxycharm boxes have been over the last little while. But anyway, it is the premium box, which was a takeover by the brand Anastasia Beverly Hills, more like Norvina and Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'll give you a quick overview of the box itself. The premium box comes monthly, but you have to have a base subscription in order to get the premium box, at least initially. And then you can cancel the base one and just get premium. It is $35 American. I think the shipping is a little bit extra. It might be $7 or $8 compared to $5 for the base. Which just makes sense because the box is bigger. It has 6 items, full size, usually a mix of skincare, hair care, and makeup. Recently, compared to the base box, I have been finding this box to be a little bit more makeup heavy, although there were some boxes like earlier in the year that I found were like complete duds and I didn't like. And I actually canceled my premium subscription for a month or two, and then I resubscribed last month just so that I could have a choice for this box, which is maybe not the best use of my money. But you know what? It's my money. Let's dive on in. Every single product, like I said, in this box is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is one of my favorite makeup brands. Their eyeshadow palettes, when I was first learning about like the beauty community and watching like YouTube videos about makeup, those eyeshadow palettes just seemed to like angels would sing whenever they appeared on screen. And I can't even put into words how unbelievably cool and fancy they seemed. And I am now quite blessed to own several of them, and I love them so much. They would be my, like, I was going to say desert island makeup products, but number one, who are we applying makeup for on a desert island? Like, who's going to see me? Will I even have a mirror? Are the lizards going to appreciate my makeup skills? Second of all, I said desert island and I immediately thought of the ones that were covered with velvet, and I was like, oh no, the sand, so forget that. But they're definitely my holy grail products. Anyway, rambling aside, there are 6 items in this box, and one of them I will save to the end is like the most exciting one here. So let's start off. There's a brush in here. It's the A30 Pro brush, the domed kabuki brush. Honestly, I don't know that I have any kabuki brushes, or if I do, then I'm probably not using them for their intended purpose. So I'm not actually really sure what this one is supposed to be for. Okay, so the description says it's a medium-sized round brush with a firm synthetic fibers, ideal for blending emollient-based products with medium to full coverage on the face and body. So I guess you can apply foundation with this. It sounds like it. Ooh. That's very soft. It's got a little bitty plastic sleeve on it, and it's very rounded. It's a like a good size that looks like for blending like under the eyes and just like down the nose, you know, in the areas that are maybe not the best for like a huge brush, but still would cover a fair amount. The problem with fancy brushes is that like they're always so soft that I just want to play with them, and I feel really bad for getting them dirty. So I will probably use this, but first I'll probably just like gaze at it a whole bunch first. Next up, there's a smaller box in here. I'll be honest, when I first saw this, just based on the size, I thought it was a lip product at first, and I got excited, and then I read the box. It's just the clear brow gel. And then I got to thinking, and I realized that of like the matte liquid lipsticks, which is my favorite liquid lip formula, I probably have just about every color at this point that I would actually wear. I find them at Marshall's like all the time. I've been really fortunate to like come across basically every shade that is like a wearable shade for me. So that's excluding anything that's like too dark, too purpley, and like a bunch of the reds I wouldn't really wear. But like, so I mean, I guess this is better than getting a duplicate. They did say there would be like at least one brow product in each of the boxes. Personally, I would have preferred like a pencil or maybe like the dip brow, the pomade stuff. But just because I have a couple of clear brow gels already, and I don't think it's that fancy of a product, but I mean, I will give it a shot. Anastasia is really well known for their brow products. I don't think I've personally tried anything other than like maybe a sampler of the dip brow. And I had like some Groucho Marx brows happening when I did that. But yeah, I mean, definitely there's a learning curve for doing your brows with anything more than a pencil. So anyway, there's the second product. Moving along, we have another small one. This is their Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. This is not a mascara I've ever tried. This tube is very hefty. Like, is Is it metal? Feels like it. Okay. And it's very pretty. It's got like this black to like rose gold ombre on it. Let me see what the brush looks like. Aha! It's the hourglass. We're not copying from Too Faced, but we kind of are shape. I have had really good luck with brushes, with mascaras that have brushes like that. My favorite mascara of all time is the Tarte Big Ego Mascara. And I wear it like it's my daily mascara. I'm wearing it right now. It's similar both in terms of the packaging and the brush. So I will give this a shot. You know what? It's funny because I was looking at this and I was like, do I have one of these? I've definitely not purchased it for myself. So if I did get one, it's probably a mini because I probably got it in like maybe a subscription or like, I don't know, some kind of set. That's probably like a scathing indictment on how much makeup I have that I don't even know if I own a mascara like this, but just gonna leave that there. Okay, the next product in here, this box honestly is so freaking pretty. Look at that. It's like metallic. It's got the lettering in metallic, like just gorgeous. Okay, this is their Dewy setting spray. And I don't think everybody got one of these in this box. First of all, speaking of packaging, the bottle is so freaking pretty. However, I already have one. So this was in a FabFitFun like add-on sale, I want to say maybe last winter, and it was like $8 or $9. Like it was pretty cheap. So I snapped it up because I'd always wanted to try it, not just for the packaging, okay? However, the packaging is a bonus and it's the full size too. It wasn't like the mini or anything. And I had heard pretty good things about it. I don't know that I have any other dewy setting sprays necessarily. I think I mostly have gone for like kind of like a mattifying sort of setting spray. This one as well has a really nice mister on it. What does that look like on camera, I wonder? There's a lot of moisture in the air right now. So it's got like the little, like you turn the cap and then you pump down like the whole top of the thing. The MAC Fix Plus spray is a very similar bottle. So I love that. It comes out pretty finely, but also like there's a lot there. It's not just like a little pachoo on your face. There's a lot in here. I don't know how quickly I'll go through it. I mean, it's nice to have a backup. I might end up giving this away at some point if I find that I'm not really using it that frequently. It smells nice. It's refreshing. I don't know what else to say. Next, this was one of the 2 choice items. So premium, you get 2 choices. This is their bronzer. The shade, I picked Rich Amber. I think I was going for like a cooler tone shade. I'm not really sure if I succeeded at that. I realized when I was doing this choice that I don't have any like individual bronzers. Oh, wow. That packaging is so pretty. So it's just like looks like plain black plastic. But then if you kind of tilt it, I can't tell at what angle that is visible to the camera, but if you tilt it a certain way, there's like the tiniest little embossing of like the little logo in the background. Fancy, fancy. Okay, so I don't think I own any like single pan bronzers. I think all of mine either come in like a face palette or they come in like a contour, like trio or something like that. Duo even. So this is my first like large single pan bronzer. Bronzer, I've said this before, is a product that I find very intimidating. I'm not very comfortable using it yet. I would like to become more so, just so my face is like a little more three-dimensional once I put my makeup on, you know, and a little more warmed up. But I feel like it's very easy to go wrong with bronzer. Like, you put too much on, your face looks dirty. You put it in the wrong place, look weird. You put on too much, you look like you're trying to do blackface. So I think it's a very fine line and I need to be very cautious with it. Having said that, this looks very pretty. It's a little warmer than I expected. Maybe I didn't pick the coolest shade they had, but it looks pretty rich. Ugh, I hate to dip my finger into it, but I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's pigmented, man. All right, so we'll have to be careful with that. But I am excited to use it. You know, it is a nice big pan, so hopefully that'll last me a good long while. Last but not least, there's all this purple Easter grass in here. The pièce de résistance. I haven't even opened this yet, so if it's... God, could you imagine if it was broken and I pulled it out and was like... So Anastasia's daughter Norvina has like kind of a sister line within the Anastasia line. And within that line, they've released 5 now massive palettes and 3 little ones. I have all of the little ones. I have none of the big ones until this. So this is the Norvina Pro Pigment palette. I picked volume 1, which is purple. The other option was volume 3. So you couldn't get any of the palettes that you wanted. There was only 2 of them to choose from, but I am super happy with this. I would say out of all of the palettes they've released so far, this is either my favorite or my second favorite. Holy Toledo. Those are some bright freaking shades. Look at, I literally don't even know how to hold this. It's so big. This might be the heaviest palette I have in my collection now. Okay, so here's the outside of the packaging. This is like, I feel like I'm holding a very small laptop. Jeez. And now I gotta open it again. Oh, I need to move the box. I need to set this down. Could you imagine? Oh my god. I would die if I dropped this right now. So there isn't really like a clearly defined place to like put your finger in to open it, which is, I can see that being a problem. Anyway, there are 25 shades in here, of which 10 shades? 10 shades are shimmers of like varying degrees of intensity. So like this one over here, B5 and D4 are like less shimmery, and the rest are like a little bit more metallic than just shimmery. And then I guess so that leaves 15 mattes. I can do math. I can do math, it's fine. What grabbed me about this palette when it first came out is like pinks and purples are my favorite colors. I mean, I have this pink eyeshadow courtesy of the ColourPop Ooh La La palette today. But they were just my favorite colors in life. You throw in like a robin's egg blue there and I'm super happy. So this one grabbed me when it was first released. Just in general, I was never going to buy it on my own. It's like $79 Canadian, which you can tell I've looked at it a few times if I know the price off the top of my head. I think these shimmers are so pretty. I think, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say a unique color story, but I like that it works in so many different colors. So there's the really bright pinks, there's the purples, there's like some of them like are more like an eggplant purple that's like kind of a burgundy, there's like a coral here, and then maybe this is kind of a little bit more red. There's a couple oranges, there's yellows, there's a white and a black and then like a couple browns. Like you could do so much with this. And so the reason I have to call it their Pro Pigment palette is because I know a couple of them have to be marketed as pigments because they contain certain ingredients, but also they could stain the lids, which is a little bit scary, but also just like, okay, so clean your face a couple of times, you know? Now, it does say right on the box, and I noticed it actually says on the Boxycharm like card as well, some of them, 17 of them, are not intended for use around the immediate eye area, which that's just kind of them like covering their asses, if you will, because clearly they expect you to. Like, I don't know anybody outside of like a face painter or like maybe somebody who's doing like really avant-garde kind of makeup is gonna buy a 25 pan palette out of which 17 cannot be used on the eyelids. And you know what? I have a feeling that's probably like basically all the matte shades. It literally is all of the matte shades and a couple of metallics. I mean, they clearly do not expect you to listen to that, do they? Like, they expect you to use it around your eye. They just have to say that for legal purposes. What does it sound like when I whisper into this microphone? I've literally never done that in a video before. I have no idea. I might have to cut that. It might sound terrible. Anyway, this palette is gorgeous. I'm so excited to use it. I'm a little intimidated by it because it is so freaking bright, but I think I can make it work. I'll probably just like, you know, dip my toes in baby steps, use like one bright shade at a time. I'm so excited to have this. I think the Norvina Volume 4 is probably my favorite. It's just a little bit more wearable, a little bit more neutral, it's a little bit toned down. It's still in the very pink and purple kind of color theme. I love the mini palettes. They're the same, by the way. Like the matte shades, they're very bright, they're very pigmented, and they also basically say, oh, don't use this around your eye, wink wink, nudge nudge, know what I mean? Yeah, I am very happy to have that. Having said that, the rest of the box is just kind of meh. Like, their colors are so rich that I feel like it's almost a waste. Like, yes, there's a bronzer, but it's almost a waste for the rest of the products to be pretty neutral. Like, we have a black mascara, we have clear brow gel, we have a brush, and we have clear setting spray. So that's a tad disappointing. I mean, I don't think ABH has much really in the way of, like, they have blush trios that I've seen. I don't think they have individual blushes, so maybe that wasn't something that they were willing to put in the box for that price point. I'm a little sad I didn't get a lip product, because all of their lip products are so good, but everything else is great. Honestly, the palette itself just makes the box. Everything else is a bonus. I don't even care. So here are all the items that you could have potentially gotten in your July 2021 premium box. Obviously, all these items are from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Also, fortunately for me, there are fewer of them this time around. There weren't quite as many variations and random throw-ins, so let's get started. This obviously is the mascara, which I received already. The lipstick here, I just noticed there's only 2 shades shown. There's the sepia one and malt. I'm pretty sure this is more of a brown, and then the sepia one looks almost like a gray brown. Now these pictures, you know, with the tube, it might not be the most accurate, so I'll see if I can find some swatches maybe on their website. But if those were the only 2 shades that they were giving in the box, then I'm glad I didn't get either of them, because I don't own either of them. But that's because I really don't think I would wear them, and I'm especially surprised to see that in a summertime box, whereas like normally you'd expect to see lighter shades, maybe some brighter, you know, more colorful shades. These are more like a fall winter kind of vampy color. Anyway, there's also some lashes. So there's one pair up here and another down here. Those are both from the Norvina, like line within a line. These ones are really fancy, and these ones are like a little bit not quite as dramatic. Then there's this highlighter. I would have really liked to get that, honestly. There's 2 shades here. I have seen these before, like marked down at a Marshall's, although I'm not sure if it was these exact shades. It might have also been like a holiday set, like a mini or something, but they look really pretty. I have seen the pink one before, like on the Sephora website. I'm not as familiar with this Vegas shade. That looks really fancy, especially the packaging, which kind of matches the setting spray, which I got. And then there's the brow gel, which I got as well. And you know what? The one thing I did forget to mention when I was doing the unboxing portion is that this wand is really big. Like, I have a clear brow gel from Julep, and the brush itself is like maybe about half of this. Like, you cut it off there. And I don't think I've ever used a brow gel that has a wand that's this big. There's one down here as well. This is the tinted brow gel. That one looks smaller, although it may just be the picture, but I feel like this might be a little unwieldy, because it really looks like a mascara wand, and I don't know, you know, do you have to angle that a certain way to make it work for your brows? I think I'm going to have an interesting time using that. So there's like this dual-ended shadow brush. This is the Kabuki brush that I got. I thought I saw another one, but I guess not. And then there's the more brow products. So instead of the clear brow gel, you could have gotten the brow definer, which is just like the pencil, or this tinted brow gel. There's also some liners, which again, every subscription box just keeps sending us black eyeliners. However, having said that, I don't think Anastasia actually makes any colored liners, so you wouldn't be able to get anything other than black from them anyways. So I am kind of glad I didn't get that, because I have plenty of black eyeliner. However, this one is interesting because I have seen it be used as like a black cream eyeshadow, or like a black base upon which you apply other eyeshadows, because it kind of like changes the color of them, which is kind of interesting. Maybe not necessarily with this particular one, but I have seen black gel liner be used for that purpose before, which is kind of neat. There's also the shimmer body oil, and this has become like a big trend recently. It's not something that I'm really into. I don't really apply makeup on my body, and the number one reason for that is I'm just afraid of staining my clothes. Simple as that. Having said that, the bottle is beautiful. It looks like a fancy kind of like perfume almost. It's really cute. Then there was the loose setting powder, which I remember being a choice item instead of the bronzer that I picked. So I think there's a couple shades. Yeah, there's 5 shades of this. The darkest one, let's be real, is not really all that dark. I mean, it's called golden orange, for crying out loud. Like, that's like mid-tone at best. And then there's 3 that are like really light and probably would have looked fine on my skin tone. But anyway, I was considering this. However, I realized I do have a fair number of loose setting powders, and you really can only use one at a time. It's not like a mix and match situation like the bronzer would be, so that's why I went with the bronzer instead. But I think the setting powder would have also been a cool choice. And then here's the bronzer. So there were 6 shades of this as well. I think this is the one that I picked, Rich Amber, so it's kind of midway through, but these 4, like you can see, are all pretty much in the same color family. And then the darkest shade, Mahogany, which again, it's really not super dark. And yeah, these lighter ones are all looking pretty similar, at least this size of photo. Then there was a hydrating oil, which I think was also a choice item. So for that category, I think there were 4 options, and I think it was the bronzer, the powder, the hydrating oil. I don't know what the other one was. It might have been the lashes. I'm not sure. Finally, we come to the other choice item, which was one of these 2 palettes. I obviously picked the purple one. The orange one, though, honestly, like if this was the only one they were getting out with this box, I would have been happy with that too. I think now that I'm looking at them side by side, this one actually might have like a better range of colors than the purple one does, just because it runs kind of the whole color spectrum, really. You've got reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues. The blues honestly are the prettiest shades in here in my opinion. plus this green, like the teal ones. I think those are really pretty. There's a couple purples, and then you have a fair number of neutral shades as well. I will say between these two and basically this whole line, I don't love how scattered the colors are, because it's kind of hard to tell, you know, what the difference is between, let's say, like this purple and that purple, because they're so far apart. So anyway, I did really like the box. I know I went back and forth a couple of times, but I'm gonna give it 5 stars because I love takeover boxes. I'm gonna run through the prices now. I'm so giddy. Oh my god. All right, so the palette itself, $60 US, 79 Canadian, like I said. The bronzer, $28 US, 37 Canadian. The mascara, $25 US, 33 Canadian. The brow gel, 22 US, 29 Canadian. The setting spray, 26 US, 35 Canadian. And finally, the kabuki brush, 24 US, $32 Canadian. Did not total up those prices. I will put on the screen. You know, all of these are probably worth like 3 or 4 times over how much you pay for them, if not more. Just because of the palette alone. Like, I paid a little more than half price for the box, so yay. I have another palette to add to my pile of palettes that I maybe haven't even busted into yet, but that's really great. That's very exciting. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the premium box for another month. This one was definitely the high point. I can't see them topping this for a while. Like, even if they pair up with another brand, like they did the Fenty one a while ago, which was like the first takeover box. I haven't seen any teasers about any other brands coming up. This one was teased quite a while ago. Like, there were rumors circulating. This is my rumors circulating on like Instagram and stuff that this was coming eventually. And so like I kind of knew what to expect, at least a little bit. I honestly can't think of a brand other than like Natasha Denona. That's never going to happen. That they pair up with Natasha Denona. I mean, we've already gotten a couple products from her, so I'm happy already. I don't need more. But anyway, I think you can tell I'm quite pleased with this box. Let me know if you try. I can't even talk. It's been a very long day. I'm sorry. Let me know if you tried any of these products. Let me know if you also like this box, if you got this box, if you were trying to sign up for this box and didn't get it, anything like that. I might stick with premium for another month. It depends on what is in the next month's box. I haven't really seen many spoilers. We did do choice already. The couple things that I picked were like a tad underwhelming, so we'll see what else is out there. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciated it, especially if you stuck around to the end. Please consider subscribing if you wouldn't mind. And other than that, have a great day. Bye!